Hey guys, today is chapter 11 and 12 of One for the Murphys. We're only going to read two chapters today because I don't want to keep you too long. I know spring break is coming and you are ready to get started. Unless you're watching this after spring break. My homeroom will be watching this after spring break, so just ignore that. You got a short read aloud today. So I hope you guys are ready to kick back and enjoy a good book. Chapter 11 is called High Tops Girl from the Planet Oblivion. After getting back from shopping, Mrs. Murphy does not argue when I tell her I'm going to bed. I crawl under the cold covers and think of the warmth of Vegas, how the sky's never dark even at night, how I used to live there with my mother and it was my home, and how I only have one full day left before I have to go to school. The next day is Sunday, and I spend most of it with my nose in a book entitled Samurai Shortstop. It's Daniel's, and it's about baseball, but the twerp refuses to read it. It's actually pretty good. Jack Murphy comes home after lunch. He does not say hello to me, even though I'm standing right there when he comes in. Miss Murphy's face screws into worry. She puts her dish towel down and follows him upstairs. I figured this is more interesting than TV. I stand at the bottom of the stairs and hear the deep, sandpapery voice of Mr. Murphy, even rougher than usual. Julie, I told you this would be a mistake. We don't know that, Jack. We hardly know her at this point. Oh my God, they're fighting about me? So are you going to tell me what happened last night, he asks. You came to bed crying and wouldn't tell me why. I know she did something. I made her cry? And then, he continues, I opened the checkbook this morning to pay the bills, and I see you spent a fortune on her. What were you thinking, Julie? She fires back. It's important for a girl that age to have the right clothes. I'm sorry, but I thought it was worth it. I won't spend like that again. Plus, it's not all out of pocket, Jack. The state gives us money. Not enough for this. Let's look at what's happened so far. She fought with Daniel. She didn't fight with him. He got upset. Well, you cannot call me at the station to come home because of drama with this girl. Mrs. Murphy mumbles something I can't make out, and then I hear her coming. I scurry back through the living room, through the back hallway, and into the family room. When she comes back into the kitchen, I'm lounging on the couch, but my heart bangs like a drum. My stomach aches. I feel guilty about the restaurant, and I'd like to tell her how sorry I am, but I'm afraid if I stick my hand out, it'll be lopped off. No doubt that Jack Murphy would happily sharpen the axe for the job. The younger boys come in from outside. Michael Eric walks over and leans in. Carly Connors? I'm surprised he speaks to me. Poor kid doesn't know any better. Michael Eric Murphy? His eyes get big and he smiles like I've said abracadabra. Michael Eric pats me on the head. Do you play? I mean ever? Do you? Play what? Games and just other stuff. Miss Murphy's at the sink listening. I have a feeling that I can't really say no this time. I suppose I owe her. I ask him, what kinds of games do you like? He jumps into the air and comes down with his feet apart and his fists up. Superheroes! He kicks the air and growls, which is funny because he actually thinks he's scary. Which Superman hero is your favorite? Super Poopy Man, he laughs hysterically. And I'm Butt Man, Adam yells, jumping up on the love seat. His flaming red hair bounces with him. Butt Man farts so bad he flies, and then Adam runs in a circle making fart sounds. Boys, Miss Murphy says, coming to the edge of the carpet, that's enough. Let's not spiral into oblivion here. Where's Oblivion, Mom? Calls Michael Eric. Does Super Poopy Man come from the planet Oblivion? Asks Adam. Miss Murphy glances at me. I will never understand their love of bathroom humor. I get an idea. Hey guys, let's play a different superhero game. I can be the bad guy. I lean over and look into Michael Eric's shimmering eyes, and you can try to catch me. The boys jump around like they're in the end zone of the big game. I jump up. First, superheroes need capes. Yeah, Michael Eric yells. Miss Murphy makes eye contact with me for the first time since the mall. She looks happy that I'm here, and I'd rather see her looking like this than the way she looked at the restaurant. I guess I don't want her to think helping me is a mistake. But I can't believe I made her cry. I lead the boys upstairs and take some towels out of the closet. I find a sewing kit in the closet and grab some safety pins. Okay, time to make capes. Adam stares at the pins and looks unhappy. Real superheroes don't wear safety pins. I want to tell them they don't wear towels either, but instead I find some towels that are big enough to knot. I laugh to myself about the terror a villain would feel in seeing someone coming after him wearing a Thomas the Tank Engine cape. I'm going to be Super Poopy Man again, Michael Eric proclaims. What's my superhero name? Adam asks. His red hair is the first thing I think about. How about Flamethrower? He He smiles, then he frowns. Daddy wouldn't like that one, I don't think. Get it? Because his dad is a fireman. Oh, yeah, well, how about Red Sox man? He hits home runs every time. Can I also have a wicked fast car and a freeze ray gun? Sure. His big smile shows off his missing teeth. I grab the first thing I see, a big rubber beetle, and I proclaim, I look down at my shoes, I am Super High Tops Girl. I've captured the magic bug with a power such as this. Soon I will rule the world. I end with a crazy maniacal laugh, stick the bug under my arm, and rush past them. Adam yells, Get her! She must not escape! We must get the magic bug or the world will meet its doom! Clearly they've seen a lot of cartoons. Michael Eric echoes whatever his brother says by repeating the last two words and then yelling, Yeah! You'll never conquer me, for I am the most powerful Super High Tops Girl. I will destroy you with one toxic smell of my shoes. Adam jumps toward me and points his finger like a gun. I'll shoot you with my freeze ray gun! Freeze ray, yeah! Michael Eric jumps. Daniel watches. I throw up my arms. No, I'll block you with my heat gun and turn your freeze ray to steam. Oh, cool, Adam mumbles. We chase each other around until it's dinner time. Before bedtime, Michael Eric comes over while I sit on the couch and kisses me goodnight on the knee. Mr. Murphy seems surprised. His gaze lingers longer than is comfortable. I guess you've won him over, huh? He asks. I shrug. I guess. Soon enough, I go up to bed. I worry about school the next day, but decide I'd better just set my thoughts on playing Super High Tops Girl and how much fun I had, or how Miss Murphy smiled more at dinner than she has in the past couple of days. I wonder how I planned to be a bad guy but ended up with a hero's name from the planet Oblivion. Interesting thought. Chapter 12 is called Thou Art a Wingnut. It's my 6th day here, my first day at school. Mrs. Murphy, the boys, and I pile into the car. I hold the lunch that Miss Murphy made for me, relieved that there are no smiley faces drawn on the bag. The boys are making up disgusting ice cream flavors as we pull into the Smith Middle School driveway. I wonder if the feeling in my stomach is from the thought of ant juice and broccoli ice cream, or from starting school. I look up. Way nicer than my old school. Pillars the size of cars. Huge lawn with a row of perfect trees, all the same size, no leaves. Mrs. Murphy turns to me. The office is right inside the front door. Would you like me to walk you in? I would kind of like her to, but I glance at the back seat and imagine 2 boys running in circles around us and decide I'd rather be more invisible than that. No thanks. As I get out, Michael Eric yells, Bye-bye, Carly. See you after school. The wind whips as I walk, staring at my reflection toward the glass doors of the school. I'm unfamiliar to myself in my new clothes. I head to the office. Hi, I'm a new student here, 8th grade. I give the secretary my name. It's kind of nice talking to a secretary who doesn't know who my mother is. She shuffles papers and smiles. Looks like you're all set, Carly. Welcome to Smith. I'm not breathing funny anymore by the time I find the combination to my locker works. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Maybe this will be okay. You're kidding me, the girl next to me yells, hitting her locker. What a simp I am. I can't believe I left it at home. She leans her forehead against her locker, straightens, and then turns to me. Can you believe what a simp I am? She takes off a very cool black jacket with scenes from New York embroidered on it. Her shirt reads Wicked and has a small green witch on a broom. Well, she asks. Well, what? Can you believe what a simp I am? This is a test, but I don't know what to say. I'm not standing in my own skin. She leans in. You don't know what simp means, do you? I lean back. As in simpleton, she asks, or is that too long of a word for you? She laughs. Her eyes get smaller and stare until I look away first, and then she swears and says, What do you pathetic clones know anyway? What are you talking about? She shifts her weight and then motions toward me. Nice get-up. Why, you're a real trailblazer. I've always been fast on my feet in situations like this, but I just stand there. I look down at myself. I've wondered all morning if I'd be accepted more because of these popular clothes. She slams her locker door and storms away, ranting about whatever it was she had forgotten. My breathing is funny again. First period is social studies. I walk in and the teacher smiles at me. Welcome, I'm Mr. Reuben. You know, like the sandwich? He covers his stomach with one hand and waves the other in the air. However, thou may address me as Sir Reuben. He takes a deep bow, and I notice he's wearing orange Converse high tops. You must be Maiden Carly Connors. Uh-huh. Talk about a screw loose. He must be the original wingnut. Why don't thou take us a seat? I want to ask where I should take us to, but I see there's only one empty desk. Unfortunately, the seat is right next to the girl I met at the lockers. Talk about unlucky. She rolls her eyes. You have got to be kidding me, she mumbles. And then I look to my left, and it gets worse. I recognize him immediately, but he isn't looking at me. He turns, and then bam, he remembers. The guy from the restaurant the other night. Rayner, the guy I not only gave a hard time to, but also made it personal. He's chewing gum slowly as he stares me down. Well, what do you know? It's our little orphan Oliver Twist. Want some more rolls? The girl on my right looks at him like he's contagious. Shut up, Rayner. For some reason, he backs down. Quiet down, you villainous milk-livered minnows. Sir Reuben's voice is deep. Mr. Reuben goes from student to student to see if everyone has their assignments. Everyone does until he gets to the girl next to me. He asks, And you, Princess Tony? I have no interest in being the princess. I'll be the queen if you don't mind. Mr. Reuben smiles out of one side of his mouth. Well, that will depend on whether thou art holding the project. Nope, don't got it. She slumps back in her chair and folds her arms. Alas, peasant Tony! Mr. Reuben swings his pointer as he makes his way up the aisle. Why in the world do thou want to give me a lumpish day? Everyone needs a hobby, is her flat response, and the class laughs again. I feel better to know she treats other people like that. He turns and strolls back toward the front of the class. Alas, Miss Tony Byers, you can always make me laugh. For this I will let you live, pardon you even, and give you another generous and magnificent day to follow through on that most important assignment of yours. He turns to look at her. Minus 10 points, of course. Thank you, your worship. And when a long-haired kid says he hasn't finished, Mr. Reuben's eyebrows dance, and then he slaps the kid's desk with his pointer, exclaiming, To the dungeon, ye pigeon egg! I quickly gather that he's a medieval history freak. His screws aren't loose, but missing altogether, and he thinks he's 14. Still, though, I kind of like him. And that's all we're going to read for today. We've been introduced to a couple of new characters, Tony Byers and Mr. Reuben. It will be interesting to see how they develop, and that may be the topic of discussion in today's Flipgrid. Hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget to click Turn In after you finish doing your Flipgrid. Have an awesome day.